Hello. Okay, so today is a wall class. We're going to do a bunch of mobility stuff over there at the wall. Um, the more I teach Pilates, the more I recognize the loss of even subtle decrease in mobility for folks who are even practicing different kinds of movement in various ways. So I just want to say that you do not, well, I don't want to believe that we lose mobility and it's like poof, it's gone. I'm just not into that, believing that. So, whatever you think about your own mobility at this moment, just try and shake that off. And I really think that with patience and an approach that is consistent, we can get lots of mobility at any age. I really, really believe that. And I'm going to believe it for myself too. So yeah, we're going to start by doing some wall stuff, and that is standing. I'm going to suggest that you have bare feet unless you have something to stand on that you are not nervous about slipping on. I have this rug here and I have to move it out of the way because it moves on the floor. So just please get yourself in a non-slippy situation. And then just enough wall space. You don't even need very much. In fact, it probably could even be a door as long as it's closed and locked, just so it doesn't open. Okay? And we're going to get started right away. I just wanted to make sure I am recording. And okay, good. So we're going to start on the wall. Okay? So I have these like moldings, whatever this is, wainscoting, and it kind of gets in the way, but it's okay, it's doable. So just adjust yourself and make do with what you have. Hopefully your wall doesn't have too much stuff on it. I'm going to move my feet forward just a bit. I'm probably about a foot away from the wall. And I'm going to start by bringing my head towards the wall. Okay, so for some of you, this is a great exercise, just this. If you round forward a ton during the day, this is a bit of a remedy. Pulling your head back into the wall, bringing your chin in toward your throat a little bit, and then finding the connections to the wall. I like to think about it like 3 points: the head, the shoulder girdle, and the sacrum area. Okay, we have natural curves that will take us away from the wall. One quick adjustment: bring your hands towards your ribs, just under your chest. Inhale here. You don't have to do anything. With your exhale, let your ribs drop down and pull in towards one another. It's going to pull you a little bit closer to the wall behind you. I don't want you to over tuck to get there. It's a small adjustment, drawing the abdominals in, coming a little bit closer to the wall behind you, okay? This first little bit we're gonna do, I would really like you to avoid being in extension of the spine, okay? So your first little cue that we're gonna pay attention to in the next series is ribs together and down. And what that feels like for me back here is I'm a little bit closer to the wall. I'm not jamming myself there. I'm just more stable, okay? So get yourself connected. Let's continue to breathe. In fact, let's just bring the arms here. I'm still a little bit closer to the wall than when I started. This is our first deep breath into our belly. And then exhale. Let's do 2 more. As you exhale, up with the crown of the head, lengthen yourself into the wall. One more time. Okay, little connected here. We'll bring the arms straight out in front of us with the palms together. And I'm going to start to open the arms nice and wide. This is the part where those of you that are tight across the chest are likely to arch and come away from the wall. So just try and stay a little bit connected there along the way. We're going to do a few more of these with a breath. However you want, breathe. One more. Same movement, cactus arms or goalpost. This is a challenge for me to get the back of my hands against the wall here. Okay, so some of you may not be making it. That's okay, we'll work on it. Breathe. See if as you bring your arms together, you can bring the elbows and the palms. And then as you open back up, you're bringing the backs of the hands and the elbows and the forearms against the wall. Still connected in here into this rib area. And then we breathe. Softening the knees may be a nice thing to do here. Okay, so play around with that. Let's do two more. One more time. And then we're going to hold out here. Hands are going to come away from the wall. And you'll go as far down as you feel like you should. And back up again. Let's have a check-in again with the back. My back wants to come away from the wall. Breathe. My shoulders are warming up. I'm sure yours are too. Find some length through the neck. Let's do four more here. Keep your breath moving. And 3. And 2. One more time. And then let's just bring the arms all the way down. Give them a little bit of a rest. Let them be nice and heavy. Okay, so now I'm going to walk my feet away just a little bit more, because now we're going to start to work on spinal mobility. We'll start with the head back into the wall. We'll start with that, again, ribs in and together feeling. It's bringing the spine to the wall a little bit more than we would naturally. And we're going to take this 3 times, rolling partially down towards the floor and then coming back up again. The first time we'll go a third of the way down. Arms are heavy. Let's soften the knees just a little bit. Take a breath in. Starting with the head. Bring the chin toward the chest. Hold here for a second. The shoulder girdle is still against the wall, if possible. As you come forward a little bit more, you probably feel your back shifting on the wall. For me, rounding through the spine lets me bring my thoracic spine against the wall a little bit more. I'm not forcing that. It's just sort of naturally happening. And I'm going to go a little bit further. And I would call this a third of the way down. Take a breath. And then we're going to come back up. And you'll bring your head towards the wall, nice and long and lifted. Take a nice deep breath here. We're going to try it again, a little bit further this time. So you're gently coming away from the wall, and we're starting from the top and moving through, articulating through the spine. This time I'm going to go maybe a little bit more than halfway. And I'm going to let my head be heavy. My knees are soft here. That's a good choice for me. And I'm going to take a deep breath when I'm about halfway down. And then I'll push through the feet and slowly articulate back up. I'm not forcing my back against the wall. I'm just sort of segmentally replacing my spine against the wall from where it started, noticing what comes up along the way. So this time you can go as far down as you feel like you should. Let the breath guide you. Take a nice deep breath. And we'll start with the head. Okay, so everyone's backs and parts are different. Maybe you're only going to do the top third today because that is just the right choice for you. I'm coming towards the wall and I'm going to let my head hang. I'm going to keep my hands down towards my feet. My arms are pretty relaxed here, and I'm just going to take one really deep breath. And then I'm going to push through the feet and slowly roll back up. Okay, so some of you may have straighter legs along the way than I do. That just feels like a good choice for me today, okay? When you come to the top, let's find that nice long feeling into the wall again, okay? We're gonna come back to the arms a little bit here. Coming back to that position we were just in, cactus. The minute I bring my arms back, my ribs wanna pop out. See if you can find that little adjustment. Again, I don't want you to force your back into the wall, but draw the ribs in, have a sense of connectedness through there. So now we'll do one arm at a time. So the left arm will stay cactus and the right arm will come down. As the right arm comes up, the left will go down. And switch. Just notice how the shoulders feel different as they move through these two shapes separately. Try not to get frustrated with having, noticing perhaps that you're losing mobility. This really, really takes work. And it does get better. I see it, but we just have to remain consistent, have it be breath driven. Let's do one more each way. And then we'll come back up to both arms cactusy. I'm going to stretch both my arms up the wall into a capital Y shape. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to try to draw my ribs back towards the wall and keep my arms kind of close to the wall. And then I'm going to slide back into the cactus shape. Keep going here. Just to give you a visual, what's happening for me is I'm just going up and back down. That's it. I notice a big difference in my left shoulder. I have some scar tissue in there from when I used to waitress and carry trays on that shoulder. So this feels very tight for me. I'm gonna breathe. Let's do 3 more. Up into this capital Y shape. 2 more. Yeah, I'm trying to keep my hands connected to the wall. It's barely happening. I'm losing my rib thing. 1 more. And I'm just gonna come all the way back here. Roll the shoulders a little bit. Let's step away from the wall. Okay. And how about some circles here? This intuitively just sounds like a nice idea. Let's breathe and come up and around. 2 more. One more. Let's go the other way. Go at your own pace if that you feel like another pace circle is calling you. 2 more. Push down through the feet, energy through the legs. 1 more. I'm going to actually stay up here, hook my thumbs, drop my chin, and stretch side to side here. And other way. 1 more each way. Okay, back to center. Unhook, arms come down. Okay, so now we're going to come facing the wall and do some more stuff. We've done some of this stuff together before for sure. But this is a nice mobility series and strength series against the wall. Again, just make sure you're not going to slip on anything. I'm going to bring my hands against the wall, and this is the first exercise right here. Wrist mobility here is a really wonderful and gentle way to work this angle in the wrist. I have my hands just about as wide as my shoulders. I'm spreading my fingers apart, and I'm just gently pushing into the wall. Let's play around with what our elbows are doing. So I'm going to make my elbows look east and west, and then I'm going to make them look down. A a little bit of, just keep the energy into the wall here, by the way. Gently push the wall away. Fingers, I want you to feel your fingers into the wall. So this, if you want to step your feet back a little bit, there's lots of good warmth going through the entire arm. Okay, so we'll do that again. Elbows east and west. And then elbows down. Elbows east and west. You feel what's happening with your parts when you switch where the elbows look? Elbows look back down. 2 more. Elbows east and west. Back down. And then 1 more time. We're going to keep elbows east and west. Eyes straight ahead. Let's try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. And we're going to lift and lower the heels. When I lift my heels, I'm increasing the angle of the wrist. It's gentle, but I can definitely feel a stretch. And I'm trying to keep some energy into the hands. If you want to step your feet back, you'll have a little bit more of a deeper bend in the wrists. It'll be a little bit easier, I think, to keep sort of this, what I think of as like almost a plank body, straight through the legs, straight through the spine. Let's do 3 more here. 3. The more energy you put through your parts, the more this really feels like a real, almost like head to toe exercise here. 1 more here. Take your time as you lift your heels and take your time as you lower. Let's lift the heels halfway. Bend 1 knee as you lower the opposite heel and then switch. Energy through both legs along the way here. I'm not just flopping down, I'm lowering myself down with one side. I still have my hands spread apart, energy through the arms. We're gonna do 4 more here. 4 and 4. 3 and 3. Energy through your whole center here. My abdominals are engaged. 1 more each way. Come back up with both heels and lower them down. And let's come away from the wall. Maybe just a little wrist situation here. Okay? So we're going to come back again to the wall where we just were. Let's do a quick chest stretch first. Thumbs behind your low back, your sacrum, and then stretch down. Now, for some of you, your chest is quite tight. If this is really like, Stacey, I just can't get my thumbs together behind. If you have a yoga strap or a band, I happen to have mine right here. This is a really nice other thing you can do. A belt, a towel, something else to keep you from having to keep your shoulders like that, okay? We're gonna come back to this. This is like just popped in my head. So put that to the side. We're coming back to the wall. Okay, hands against the wall again. This time, definitely move your feet away. As you can see, I'm definitely on an angle, and I'm gonna reconnect to hands as wide as my shoulders. Spread the fingers apart. Make any modifications you need to make. Elbows this time are gonna be looking down. I'm gonna lift my heels, energize the legs, the spine, the abdominals, and I'm going to bend my elbows, use my fingers and my entire hand, and come towards the wall, and then push the wall away until my arms are as extended as I can. Breathing along the way. So here is our standing forearm push-up. Elbows are looking down. Let's do 5 more here. 5. And 4. And 3. Use your fingers, use your whole hand. And 2. 1 more. And then let's just come all the way down for a moment. I'm going to stay this far away from the wall. Adjust yourself if you need to. I'm going to bring my right hand against the wall. a little bit more central than it has been. And then I'm just going to take my left fingertips and put them against the wall. My elbow's bent. I'm going to bend my left elbow and follow it as best I can with my nose. So here is a standing mobility exercise for the spine. Pull back through the elbow, return, put the left arm there, spread those fingers, stay connected nicely, and then follow the right elbow with your nose. And then return. And keep going here. Very often when we do twisting, I think I tell you to keep your hips nice and still. For this one, the hips can go with you. So as I'm twisting to the right, my right hip is coming along for the ride. So it's a little bit more of a gentle twist. P.S. Shoulders are plugged in here a bit. There's a lot of feelings for me here. There's like a stretch through the wrists. There's work through the arms because of what we've been doing. There's a stretch through my chest and shoulder girdle. This is work I can feel into the spine. Let's do 2 more. 1 more set. And last one. And then we will come away from the wall and just let the arms hang for just a moment. How about ear to shoulder, center, other side. And then come back, we'll do a half circle around front and other way. And come back to the center, okay? We're gonna come back again to this position. This is gonna be a less awareness with the arms and the shoulders. However, we'll start with a check-in there, extended arms. I think elbows maybe slightly down towards the floor. We're gonna start this one by stepping the left foot forward and the right foot back, okay? And make sure your feet are about hip distant, and can you get your back foot looking straight ahead? Straight ahead. So we're gonna take the front knee and bend it. It's okay if you go past your toes. You can go as far forward as you want, but can we keep the back heel close to the ground or down? And then we'll re-extend. Just a quick hip note here. Just take your hands and square off your hips. So right hip kind of forward, left hip back. Think hips and shoulders in the same plane. You're bending your front knee as far forward as you can while you keep your back heel down. And then go back. So discomfort here, what level is okay? A gentle level of discomfort. Maybe the front knee is coming beyond the toes. You may feel some work or some stretch there, like some sort of acute situation. Yeah, let's not do that. No acute pain. But if you feel some new feelings in through the knee, and of course this is a very deep stretch through the right calf. I still have energy through my palms. I'm trying to keep my spine just pretty neutral. Come against the wall. The mobility in the back ankle is what we're working on right now, and also strength and mobility in this front knee. I still have a bunch of energy into my hands here. I feel warmth into the shoulders. Lots of good stuff going on. Let's do 2 more like this. 1 more. Adjust how you need to. And now we will switch. Left foot back. We'll see if this is different. One side is usually different from the other. So yeah, as you can see, I'm quite close to the wall with my right foot. My left foot, I'm going to try to get my toes to look straight ahead. Already this is a stretch for my back calf. So I know what's coming when I bend this front knee. So I'm going to try to keep my back heel down. I'm going to try to square my hips off a little bit. We're really trying not to hold our breath. Maybe a nice functional breath. Inhale forward. I don't know, it feels functional to me because it intertwines with the movement. But however you want to breathe, as long as you're just taking some nice deep breaths, that's good. Knee towards the wall. There's some work. I'm definitely using my front foot, by the way. I'm not using my hands more than my front foot. They're a team. So that's why I feel some work in my front knee. I say this so much, but this mobility that we're working on in that back foot right there, we need to be able to do that to go up, to walk up hills, to pick up our foot, long stride walking. Walking through the foot from the heel to the toes. Let's just do one more here. And then I'm going to step back and then come back in and stand up nice and tall here. Quick little ear to shoulder, maybe a half circle. Okay. We're going to come back facing the wall one more time. I'm going to find that position where my feet are just far enough away from the wall. So when I come forward, I'm standing at that angle again. This is a set of wide elbow wall push-ups. We did the tricep push-up. This is wide elbows. I like heels up just to energize all the parts. Spread the fingers, wide elbows, straight line towards the wall. Push yourself away, fully extend and stand tall. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. Step the feet forward and just stand in front of the wall for a moment. Arms are heavy. Shoulders are just pretty released. Relax your jaws. Push down into the feet. Take a breath. Okay? Fingertips against the wall. Just bring the fingertips right against the wall. Relax through the shoulders. Bring your left foot forward. See how much of the ball of the foot you can get up to the wall here. This is a little bit better for me when I have a sneaker on, but I'm going to try to get, so we just did the preliminary stretch for this foot when we had the foot behind us. Let's try bringing this back foot back a little bit. How does that feel? Move around your opposite leg as you bring your front foot towards the wall in front of you. And just have a look at this foot down there. We're going to try to straighten the foot out. When people bring their foot forward, they often roll the whole foot out to the left. Try to centralize how your foot is, and then just gently bend and straighten the knee a few times. This may not even be in the cards for you if you're just super tight there. So maybe you're just keeping your foot against the wall, and that's enough. I'm going to do 2 more here, and straighten one more time. And then I'm going to switch, step the left foot back and the right foot forward. Okay, so again, the foot really wants to roll out to the right. I'm going to centralize what it looks like. Try to square off my hips a little bit. Bend and straighten this leg. A few times. We'll do 2 more here. And 1 more time. Okay, let's come away from the wall. All right, so we did mobility stuff for the ankles, the shoulders, the wrists. I want to do another twisty thing here before we move on. Let's come back one more time to kind of soft elbows, not too far from the wall. We may adjust along the way. My hands are right about in line with my shoulders. I'm going to start by bringing my left arm up and sort of out to the left a teeny bit. And then I'm going to take my right arm and reach it down a little bit. So this is just a gentle twist through the thoracic spine. And then I'm going to come back to the center, and I'll do the same thing with my right hand. Right hand slightly wider than my right shoulder. And then I'm taking my left arm and reaching it sort of down and over. And then return. Let's let this move a little bit here. Everyone is different here. So for this one, maybe you have to play around with how wide your feet are. Maybe widening your feet a little bit. The reach of the opposite arm is what creates this twist. I'm sort of looking through this arm here. Ooh, did you hear that? I'm not sure about that. The less you twist through your hips here, the more of a twist happens in the thoracic spine. For this particular exercise, let's try and keep the hips relatively still. And then you will get a twist through your upper spine. It's the basis for the exercise we do on the mat called saw. Ideally, you're twisting through this part of the spine when we do our saw exercise, which we're actually going to come down on the mat and do in a little bit. One more each way. Breathe. Other side. Okay. Cool. So we just did a bunch of wall work to do some mobility for the stuff we do on the ground. We are going to come to the mat. I have my rug here. So if you have a mat to use, great. However you come down to your floor is great. I'm going to adjust my situation. Okay. We're going to come down to the hands and knees. Hands and knees. Okay. Get any extra padding. So we just worked the mobility and the strength for this wrist position. Doesn't make any immediate changes after doing it just once. But doing that work on the wall is a less intense version you'll slowly reap the benefits of being able to be here a little bit better. All right. So let's try and keep the hands right underneath the shoulders. Elbows. We did this at the wall. Elbows look east and west. Elbows look back towards the wall behind you. Quick spine check in here. Chin in toward the throat a little bit. Head lifting towards the ceiling a little bit. It's like the back of my ears are pulling up. Long spine. It's the same ribs in and together feeling that we had on the wall. Elbows look east and west. Elbows look back behind you. One more. Elbows look east and west. Elbows look back behind you. Cat-cow, kind of. Cat-cow, kind of. Start with your chin toward your throat and roll through the spine. Slowly rolling through the spine. And then tucking your pelvis into a full cat is the last part. So the tushy tuck is the last part. Now we're going to unroll in the way that we rolled. So I'm going to start from my tush. Untuck. Roll through the spine, and the head is the last thing up. And here we are in our cow. We're going to start again with the head. Chin to your throat. Roll through the spine. Can you take your time and segmentally go through the spine? It's very challenging. So the last thing you'll do is a tuck of the pelvis, and then the first thing you'll do is untuck. Roll through the spine, and then the head is the last thing to come up, okay? Let's do this one more time. The head is the first thing to start the cat journey, chin to your throat. Roll through, upper spine, upper spine, middle spine, low spine. And then roll through from the low back to return, okay? Just a quick note for those of you with disc issues. This is a lot of work, okay? If you're getting any twingy, honestly, I just did. If you're getting any twingy feelings, this is a lot of work for the spine. So just take it easy. You can always and even small work is really good work. Okay, so that was our segmental rolling, hands and knees. We're gonna flip onto our backs and lie all the way down, nice and flat. Quick little shin hug here. Take a nice deep breath. All right, so we were against the wall when we started class. Head, shoulder girdle, sacrum, 3 points of connection. Gravity is in our favor. You probably feel your thoracic spine maybe against the wall without having to even pull the ribs in like we did. But see if you can find that same little correction or add-on of drawing the ribs together and pulling them gently towards the floor. Arms. Bring your arms up towards the ceiling. As you bring your arms back behind you, keep your ribs drawn in. We did this against the wall. Lengthen the neck. And then bring the arms back up and then down by your sides, okay? Same movement, different connection to gravity. This feels great for me, actually. My shoulders feel really nice and mobile at the moment. Let's just do 2 more here. Arms back. Okay, so a lot of us do, even our lovely movement classes that we do regularly, we just tend to get into movement patterns without even really knowing it. You know, we don't want to, we don't plan to. So sometimes I think just doing other things to wake up new mobility patterns is a really nice way to change the way we do what we usually do. Change it up just a little bit. I'm just going to do 1 more here. It feels nice. And we're going to bring the arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to practice some head lifting here with a deep breath. Take an inhale into your belly. And as you bring your chin toward your throat, your arms will reach towards the knees. So you're sort of curling and reaching yourself up and then rolling back down. We're rolling through the upper third of the spine, just like we rolled away from the wall. Inhale. Chin to the throat. Flexion of the spine. Inhale, come back, release the head down. Let's do this 3 more times. Shoulder check in, 2 more. One more. And then come all the way back down. Let's keep the arms here. If you want to bring your arms by your sides, that's fine for a little bit more work, but this is, I think, nice to stay up here too. And I'm going to start to bring one leg up at a time into sort of this tabletop position. Try to keep everything else nice and still and stable. And we're going to do 4 more, just really easy leg lifts here. And 3. And 2. 1 more. Now we're going to bring both legs up. I always like knees over belly button more than knees over hip flexors. Draw the abdominals in. We're going to get back into that head lift with the legs lifted. Put them down if that's a better choice for you. Take an inhale. And then chin to the throat. curl forward. Shoulder check-in. Inhale on the way down, exhale, curl up. Reach through the fingers. Two more. One more. Come all the way back down. And let's put the legs down and just bring the arms down by your sides. Get yourself in a nice, comfortable position through the spine. Arms maybe a little bit wider than the hips. Feet relatively close to the tush, maybe about hip distant. And we're going to do some hip lifting. So push down through your feet, inhale deeply. And exhale, lift. Okay, so keep going here at your own pace. Inhale down, exhale up. As you lift your hips, you'll feel the change in the spine, right? For me, I lift and my thoracic spine, I feel only my shoulder girdle in my head at this point. So some of you like to roll through the spine, just like we were doing on the wall, or just like we were doing through the cat-cow. So if you want to add that roll in here, if things are feeling really nice and mobile through your spine, go ahead and do it. I'm going to stay just nice and stable and neutral today. So whichever one feels better for you right now, that you're more connected to, go ahead and do that. Let's do 5 more. Inhale down. Exhale up. And just a quick note about this, I do talk about this sometimes, but pelvic floor work, your pelvic floor is really the bottom of your core. We all have one. This is one of the best exercises, one of the top exercises you can do. And to be honest with you, it's even more effective for some people than doing like Kegels. There's lots of involvement with the pelvic floor, especially when you breathe. Inhale on the way down. Exhale to come up. Super deep breaths. Let's do 3 more here. Exhale up. 2 more. And 1 more time. And then come all the way back down, okay? Plant yourself down. Let's bring the right leg in. Either hang on to your shin or to your thigh, whichever feels better for your knee. Try to keep the leg central. So my knee is almost in line with my belly button here. Draw the abdominals in, and let's extend the left leg out. So we're curling the head, neck, and shoulders up in the same way we have been. Through the spine, like we're coming away from the wall. Okay, feel free to put your head down if that's a better choice. And I'm going to switch my legs. And switch. Three more here. One leg in at a time. Knee stays central. One more each way. And let's come all the way back down, okay? Take an inhale, exhale here. We'll bring the legs back in. Let's say feet closer together, knees a little bit wide. Hold onto your shins with both hands. Curling the head, neck, and shoulders up the same way we did coming away from the wall. Chin to your throat, exhale. Head will stay lifted as long as that's okay for you. Arms up, legs out. Circle the arms around and come in. Even a smaller version of this, a less dynamic, reach and come in. I think this is nice. Reach and come in. Bringing the arms behind you is more advanced. I'm just going to do one more here. And then all the way back down. Take a nice deep breath. Practicing head lifting is a nice way to straighten the front of the neck. Chin to your throat, curl up, and then just put your head down whenever you need to. Let's bring the right leg up to the ceiling and stretch the left leg away. Chin to your throat, curl up if you would like. And then scissor switch. This is a big stretch. And super deep breaths. Same ribs in feeling that we found against the wall. If your head is down, by the way, it changes the angle of the legs a little bit. Okay, that's okay. One more each way. And bend the knees, rest the parts. Take a breath, inhale, exhale. Arms by your sides, legs come up. I'm going to do a little bit of a soft knee here. Draw the abdominals in, lower and lift the legs. Lower and lift the legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Bring the right leg up into tabletop. Bring the left hand behind your head. I'm going to bring my right arm out to the side. Exhale, I'm curling over towards my right knee. Inhale, come back up. So this twist we practiced against the wall too. When we were threading the arm through the opposite arm. That was a warm-up for this. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And we'll switch sides. Left leg up, right hand behind the head. I have my left arm out to the side here. And inhale down, exhale up. 4 more here. And 3. 2 more. 1 more time. And then come all the way down. And let's put that foot down, okay? From here, let's roll right over onto our bellies. Roll yourself over. So we haven't really done much extension work here. We did a little in the cat-cow. Let's come back to the position we were in against the wall. Cactus. So chin in, forehead down here. Just relax here for a second. Let yourself be heavy into the ground and breathe into your belly. See if you can find 2 more deep breaths. When you exhale, try and find that little bit of like a ribs closed feeling like we did against the wall. Okay, so we're going to start to now lift the head and the chest away from the floor. I'm going to keep my arms down. Gently push down through the forearms as you lift through the first third of the spine. Okay, so we did this in the opposite direction, away from the wall. We didn't have our arms like this, of course, but lifting and looking forward, isolating the top third of the spine, and then lowering back down. Okay? Of course, some of you can lift your arms here and bring this up a notch. It becomes a much different exercise. I think keeping the arms down really enables you to work the mobility in your extension lift here, lifting and coming away from the ground. This is something a lot of us really need to do every single day. Let's do a few more here. If you're naturally progressing this already, great. I think this just feels so nice. And I can feel the work down the entire spine when I lift my head on my chest. I'm going to start to add one arm. So the minute I pick up one arm, it's a lot more work. And then I'm going to go down and switch to the other side. Okay? Make sure you breathe. There's a bunch of people that come and take classes, and every single time they come, I can see by their face that they're pushing through pain. Please don't do that. Please don't practice a bad movement. Call me. We'll figure out another thing to do. Email me. Send me smoke signals. I'm still alternating one arm at a time. And then I'm going to try both. And I feel the need to reach the arms out nice and wide here, just as a big stretch. And then lower down. Let's do two more here. Big stretch and reach. One more time. Find your length. And then bring the hands underneath your shoulders or near your chest. And we'll make our way back to a stretch. Okay, so sit back towards the heels. Send the arms forward. Big stretch here. One more deep breath. Okay, quick little stuff, one side then the other side, okay? This is a really quick add-on to the end here. Come on to your right side. We'll do both sides, so whichever side you're on is fine. I'm on my right side. If you don't like to lie on your arm, put something under your head. Quick spine check-in. Imagine your back is against the wall. And you've got your 3 points of connection, your head, your shoulder girdle. Draw the ribs in a little bit here. Okay, so everything is nice and long. Top hand, maybe right in front of your ribs. Top leg is just going to come up. Push your bottom leg down. So we're going to do a little 2-for-1 movement. Up, down, long, return. Let's do down, up, reach, return, down, up, reach, return. Flex your foot along the way. Down, up, reach, return. You can play around with what the top arm is doing. Down, up, reach, return, down, up, reach, return. 2 more. Down, up, reach, return. Now hold here. The knee is going to make a circle around what it's looking at. Down, around. 3 more this direction. 2 more. 1 more. Let's go the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Come back to the center. Bottom half of the leg. Down, up, down, up. 4, deep breath. 3, 2, 1 more. Rest down. Quick stretch. Ooh. Breathe. 2 more exhales. And then we return. So let's come over to the other side. Okay, so again, pretend like you're against the wall. Head, shoulder girdle, ribs in, as if you were just nice and straight there. I'm going to do my fingertips right in front of me again. Let's see if this side is different from the other side. Push down through your bottom leg just to activate that bottom hip. Let's flex the feet. So we're going down, up, out, and in. Down, lengthen. I'm trying to just keep this whole midsection here nice and engaged. Extend and return. Down. You can play around with the arm like you did on the other side. Down, up, extend, bend, down, up, extend. 2 more here. Down, up, extend. 1 more. Down, extend. Hold here, circle. 5, 4, 3, keep breathing. 2, 1. Let's go the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come back. Hold here. Down and up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Oh my gosh, that was so much different than the other side. Big stretch here. So yeah, just the importance of doing all sorts of different things is going to help us with our mobility. Mobility and strength are equal as we age, because as we lose mobility, we lose strength, even if we're still practicing being strong. 1 more breath here. And roll back. Woo. Okay, let's come up to stand. Nice and tall. I really feel my hips today. Push down through the feet. Pull your head back. Let's inhale, bring the arms up. As you bring your arms down, push through your feet. Head to the ceiling, shoulders relax. 1 belly breath. All right, we did it, you guys. Have a great day. Enjoy.